Hi guys, it's Land of the Nerds review time for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yay!
I'm Sedai.
I'm Anexandros.
And Elvenwolf.
With Captain Blackheart in the front. And we're here to talk today about our varying and different opinions of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Mm-hmm.
I guess first we should all start off by saying our 1 to 5 scale, what do we think of it?
On a scale of 1 to 5, I think you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how many stars am I giving it? Okay. I don't know. I'd give it about 3.5 stars. I thought it was pretty good.
That's pretty good for you. You hate every movie you watch, even your favorite movie.
Yeah. What about you, Elvenwolf?
I give it a good 4.2.
4.2?
Ooh.
Alright, Blackheart.
I give it a resounding 2.5.
You didn't
Interesting.
like it.
It was okay. It's middle.
I'm gonna say 4.7 to 4.8. I really liked it. To me, I liked it more than the Deathly Hallows story arc film, and maybe even more than which one was number 6?
Number 6 was Half-Blood Prince.
Half-Blood Prince. Yeah, Half-Blood Prince even for me was a little much, but this one I liked.
Number 4 was my favorite.
I loved number 4 of the original series, but this one, maybe it's because I'm a real big history buff and I liked the historical
Background?
background,
Okay.
or not background, but foreground in it.
Well, and I know with me, it's definitely a movie that was pulled out of the children's demographic. Even the final of the Harry Potter movies, they were still teenage protagonists. And so I feel like this is one for the adult demographic. Most of the main characters are adults.
This is a very dark film.
Yes.
By the way, we didn't tag it at the beginning. Spoilers are going to be abounding.
Yes.
If
Many muchos más spoilers.
if you haven't watched it yet, pause the video right here, run out and watch it, and then come back, unpause, and comment.
Right there.
Right there, below us.
Yeah, we want to hear your opinions.
We want to hear your opinions. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with Blackheart? Are you more Anexandros or Elvenwolf?
And I know with me, I try not to spoil too many things before I go into a movie. So I think the big surprise for me was I had no clue that Johnny Depp was going to be the big bad.
Oh boy, you just
I
went
had
after
heard-
a straight up spoiler right there.
I had heard he was
Straight to
in-
the buzzard.
The next one, that they were putting him into the next Fantastic Beast film. I didn't know he was in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
He's still in it.
Yeah. I'm just like, wait.
And I'm kind
Wait,
of okay with Johnny Depp being in it because I really don't like Johnny Depp that much. I got oversaturated with him during the Pirates of the Caribbean years, and I'm just like done with Johnny Depp.
Yeah, he's been in all of these movies, and some of them are, like the Alice in Wonderland movies. I hated them. But I think that's because it's Helena Bonham Carter and
Johnny Depp's been going downhill since Willy Wonka, maybe even before
Willy
then.
Wonka. I could have an entire video of
Yeah.
how much I hated that.
Morgan and I, Anexandros and I watched that on our honeymoon.
Mhm.
At the same time, like that same day, we like went home and at some point during that weekend bought
Harry
one
Potter
of-
6.
Harry Potter 6, the one where Dumbledore dies, so it's number 6, right?
Harry Potter 6.
And that's how we ended our honeymoon.
Spoilers.
yeah.
I think anybody watching this probably knows
I would hope
Dumbledore died.
Snape dies too.
Always.
Too soon, man.
Too soon, man. Too soon.
Oh, he really did die.
Yes, I know.
And the first
Okay.
Dumbledore died too.
Okay,
Okay.
but let's talk about your impressions of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
When I first heard that they were making it into a movie, the published version of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is a little field guide like this thick that they were selling like as a Christmas special or something. We have it with our Harry Potter books somewhere. I don't want to dig for it right now.
But
and
it
it's like,
exists.
here, animal A, danger level. No, danger level's in the other book.
Yeah.
Here, for magical creatures. Where you can find them, what type of animal they are they dangerous, are they not, should you approach them? What kind of environment you can find them in. And there's notes in them all like Harry Potter and his crew drew in it. And that's about it. I'm like, there's no way they can make this into a film. Then I found out, oh, they're making the writing of the book. Then it's, okay, this dude is smuggling animals into the U.S.
America.
And they get loose. I'm like, okay, so this whole thing's going to be like Scooby-Doo chasing down the monsters. No, oh no, it's even darker than that.
Well, there is a good portion of that.
There's a good portion of the film that is hunting down the monsters, which is cute for the kids, I guess. But I think the monster that really, I guess, had some of us excited was seeing Frank.
Frank.
Can you explain why we thought Frank was awesome, Mel?
Being in Arizona, the Thunderbird is one of the primary symbols of the culture out here. There's streets named after it, buildings named after it.
It's in the fancy hipster art that's drawn on our highways and crap.
Everywhere. It's everywhere. They think the only thing more common than the Thunderbird are cacti and cocopelli.
Cocopelli.
So
Hey, I have that little bastard on my keychain.
yes. And I just, the moment that it started flying down, I'm like, Thunderbird!
Why?
And
Okay,
I'm
you
a
have
nerd.
to realize that we live in a society where so many times things that are referenced to America are New York, L.A., Chicago. New York, L.A., Chicago. And to hear, the wilds of Arizona! We're like,
Kind of warmed us up.
kind of warmed us up. We're like, cool. But they didn't go to Arizona. We're like, so pissed. But at least Frank got let free to go there.
Yes.
I think the one thing that I really kind of enjoyed, and it doesn't sound like something that would really be enjoyable, but it was something that they put in, and I think Eddie Redmayne did it on purpose, was I think Newt Scamander's got Asperger's.
I don't think so.
And I made that comment too because he doesn't make eye contact, even with his creatures.
I don't make eye contact. I don't have Asperger's.
Well,
I don't
You
like
make eye contact. You're making eye contact with me right now.
not comfortably.
yeah.
But you still did it.
I don't make eye contact with strangers or people I don't know that well. I have people that I have worked with at my job for several months. I still don't look them in the eye when I talk to them. Okay. Bob, Sarah, Kevin, my boss. The only time
Yes, people you work for.
people I work with and for, I don't look them in the eye. Customers, if I'm looking them in the eye, it's very uncomfortable for me. I don't have Asperger's.
Okay, he's got serious mannerisms of Asperger's, dear. You are not going to tell me that boy did not either come up with that idea or work it in there.
I don't know. I just think I think our society is very quick to jump to that as a, oh, this character's acting a little different. He might be Asperger autism. Or something like it. I could be wrong, though. Any thoughts on this, Lyle?
Yes. Alright, so here's why I gave it 2.5. I gave it 2.5 for one reason only. And that is the main character who's played by Eddie Redmayne. I didn't like his character. I thought he was the weakest character in the entire film, and he's the main character. All of the supporting cast were amazing. They carried the film. They were fun to watch. You wanted to see them more. You wanted to see the characters more. I loved all of the characters except for the main one. I thought he was weak. I thought it wasn't very well acted. I thought it was weird. I didn't connect with him. But all the supporting actors absolutely adored.
I thought he was adorable.
Yes. Well, I
Well,
always
there
think
you
Eddie
go.
Redmayne is adorable, so...
I don't think he's adorable in that way that, oh, he's a British actor, he's adorable. I thought he was adorable in that. I get that he's painfully shy, but he's a smart
Told
guy.
him to make the dog stop barking.
He's a smart guy. He cares for people. He doesn't know how to interact with people. I thought he did a good job.
All right.
The socially awkward kind of character. I like that we're seeing the socially awkward guy instead of the socially awkward girl that we get a lot of in fantasy these days. It's like, I'm the girl that doesn't know how to talk to guys or people, so I'm gonna hide behind my book.
I don't know.
You get that a lot.
I thought, to be honest, and maybe they did it on purpose, maybe you didn't, but do you know what the main character reminded me of? Doctor Who.
Which one?
Which one?
I want to say the 7th Doctor.
7th, the one with the question mark umbrella and
No, 8th
Sylvester
Doctor.
McCoy.
8th
The one that
Doctor.
was only in the movie.
Yeah.
The one
No, I guess that's the 9th Doctor.
The 9th Doctor.
Well,
Really?
I just bounced around, didn't I?
Are you thinking new era or old era doctors?
New era, the very first new era Doctor.
Christopher Eccleston.
Yes.
Thank you.
So PTSD doctor. You're thinking.
Really? You thought he reminded you of number 9? Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
But a
It
very
could-
Doctor Who kind of character, a little mix between 9 and 11.
I would say closer to 10. 10 and 11.
No, I don't see 10 in him at all.
Yeah,
I
don't see
do
10.
not see him as a 10.
Mm.
10 is very social and outgoing
Do
and
you
like,
guys
hey.
see the Doctor Who connection, though, as far as his character flaws?
Well, of course,
and
he's
everything?
British.
And the actor has said he would love to be the
Yeah.
doctor. He's a Hufflepuff. And if anything, this film shows the utility of Hufflepuffs because everybody's like, "Oh, they're the joke house."
I enjoyed the little dance he did. I thought the
Oh
dance
God,
was
that
hilarious.
dance was freaking hilarious. I could see
You know what
Morgan doing
bothered me?
what?
Do you know what bothered me about it is that they decided, I did not like how they Americanized America. That didn't have, they had to rename everything for America. They couldn't just call it Muggles. They couldn't just do this. They couldn't just
They
do that.
Americanized America.
You see,
They
Lyle,
Americanized
you didn't like that.
the wording.
You didn't like the way that Americans had to change everything. Like how they called them no-mages instead of muggles. Well, guess what?
Yep.
They had to reshoot a lot of bits of the Philosopher's Stone film to call it Sorcerer's Stone because America doesn't call it Philosopher's Stone. We call it Sorcerer's Stone. They had
Yeah.
to
Really,
reprint...
they actually,
Yes!
Yes, the
They
original name
did.
for that item is called the Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah.
In
Well,
the
not
book,
that.
and they filmed it originally as Philosopher's Stone, and then they had to cut it as Sorcerer's Stone.
Oh, I mean, and it's culturally significant.
We spell
because-
words differently, because
Yeah.
fuck yeah, America, pardon my language.
Yeah, we did that as a big FU to England after
We
we
did a-
declared independence.
When we declared independence, we did a lot of things to do. That does not bother me at all.
No, I mean, we'd expect it. It's two different cultures.
I expected us to have a different magical school. I expected us to say, well, of course it's going to be better.
No
It's our
match.
house.
No match. Who says no match? Who says no match? It sounds dirty.
They do.
It's so weird.
It sounds dirty.
It's the 20s.
Sounds dirty.
This
to
is
me.
also the era of the Great Gatsby, okay?
Yeah. The Great Gatsby.
There are
Dude
words
staring
they-
at a
yeah.
green light for 150 pages.
Is it 150 pages?
No, I don't know. That's all I remember from the fucking movie
Oh.
or from the book is that he's staring at a green light and his girlfriend runs over somebody because she's drinking and driving.
A time of
Oh, I
casual
remember.
racism, okay?
Yes.
I
mean,
totally believe that Americans would have a stricter no breeding with muggles. Or no mages. I totally believe that because Americans were racist. We're xenophobic. We hate people that are not us. We're horrible people. You're giving me that look, Lyle.
All I hear, I've got these headphones on, right, and all I'm hearing right now is
Thump.
Sorry.
Thump. Thump.
I can't help it.
I was wondering about that myself.
Apparently,
It's
she
just
is the one who
thundering through the audio
knocks.
system.
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I liked the changes. I liked seeing how different it was.
Expected magic to be different in America than England. If Newt's commander came to America and saw everything exactly the same as it is in England, I would actually be bored.
Yeah.
We needed to find magic to be in a different state in America than England. Because we're America, fudge yeah, freedom turkey.
Well, yeah, and it's the different ways that they see magic and all that. I mean, it's completely two different societies. And,
Johnny Depp being in there makes it not that. Because Grindelwald was an East European wizard. That should have been a battle that should have been happening between Britain and East Europe.
Grindelwald's
Not
fled,
Grindelwald, in America.
Grindelwald fled to America to hide because they wouldn't look for the Eastern European in America.
Yeah.
Much like
Well, we're not going to look for him in Japan either, but we might as well not stick him there.
if you notice, a lot of the things that Grindelwald was saying before he was revealed to be Grindelwald were very Grindelwald-esque. Well, we need to be the top of society. We're the magical. They're not. We need to rule. Why aren't we ruling? One thing we really haven't discussed is one of the big topics broached in the film, and that's that these creatures, like this big monster that's going around and hurting and killing mortals.
The Oblivion. That
Obliviator.
Oblivion thing actually bothered me because they had two words that were very similar together, and I had trouble understanding the difference between the two of them when they would jump back and forth between them. There was the Oblivious, or Oblivion, or whatever it was.
This
Obliviate.
the
Obliviate.
which is the spell, right?
Yes.
And the Obliviator or whatever.
Yes.
Well, the creature. We'll talk about the Oblivion creature.
Yes.
It's basically like a person turns into an anti-Patronus. Is the way I see it. You deny your magic so long, you stifle who you are. You turn into an anti-Patronus and it kills you. That's very deep symbolism there. And I really like that.
Well, and it's also, if you look at the era, that was an era that was very dark for people who were different. I mean, you could look at it as mental illness, because people, if they were mentally ill in that time period, you held it back because there was no one to help you. I mean, so
If you were mentally ill in the 20s, you would go into an asylum where you would die of typhoid or tuberculosis
Okay.
or diarrhea.
Well, if this is what happens to magicians who hide their magicianiness, then this should be happening much, much more than this hasn't happened in 60 years or 50 years, they said.
Yes, but if you remember, I mean, at Hogwarts, they have the magical book that says All the Wizards Born. Now,
I guess it's all the wizards born in Hogwarts Reach.
Yeah.
So they try to seek out the kids and keep an eye on them.
Yeah, and so
Harry himself had a witch living near him to keep an eye on him. His babysitter. That I don't even think that came up in the movie. That was in the books.
Yeah.
She wasn't a witch, she was a squib.
Squib, sorry.
Yeah. And so when you've got a culture that is very anti-Muggle, they're not going to go after somebody that was born in a non-wizarding family. And so...
Grindelwald was a dick for calling that kid a squib.
Yeah. I mean, it was the... I mean,
Well, he is a squib.
no, he wasn't.
He was the mage who was sucking it all in, and he was the Obliviator or whatever.
And his... I think that part of the reason why he came off as a squib was because all of his magic was tied into...
Hiding that he was a
Yeah.
mage.
Yeah. It was all the it was probably the cage that held in his Obliviator for so long, because most Obliviators that they talk about died before they're 10. And so it's
Poor kid.
probably rare because they do have the outreach mages. Like the one that they talk about that Newt had found. It was a girl that had been horrendously abused and caged and told that her magic was evil. And they're trying to keep that from happening with all of these Muggle-born wizards.
Yes, but America's a much larger place than Britain. So I easily believe that it's happening in the wilds of Arizona, and nobody's doing a goddamn thing about it.
Yes, but you also have...
Lyle has something to say. You also have?
Now, that's also assuming that, yes, this is the only European-centric magic school.
You're forgetting Durmstrang.
Yeah. Well, it's also, who's to say that there isn't a Native American that's just like, you know what, we're going to go over and do our thing over here. Y'all from here can just, like, over there.
Yeah, that school's probably been moved a couple times by...
Yeah. But it's
The Trail of Tears.
Yeah. And so it's looking at the differences in trying to find those wizards. And I think a lot of them don't get that far, because you can have magic and not be told it's this huge evil sin. And so there might be people out there that just think they're lucky, or they use their magic without realizing it. And they get along just fine because they're not being told it's this evil sin. The one that we meet is part of a anti-magic religious cult. And so that's, like, if you think about, like, today, if you were raised, like,
But those people, no.
severely
But those
Catholic-
people who have luck, or who go along with their daily lives using magic, that boy could do the very same thing and call it not magic. He just happens to be very lucky. Like his mother is extremely lucky in the way that she's getting her plan across and her word across, and how she happens to have built a plywood church in the middle of an alley and nobody's torn it down. That's extreme luck right there.
Yeah, it's the difference between
I
recognizing
half
it as
expected to
magic.
find out she was a squib and that she was doing all that because she was jelly. She didn't get to be a witch.
Yes, Lyle.
Sorry, Lyle. We've not
No,
let
it's
Lyle
okay.
speak.
All I was going to say was, I wanted your guys' opinion on something, okay?
All
I
right.
think the Oblivion has a lot of, that whole plot point had a lot of flaws into it. The biggest flaws that I saw that it was into it was how it connected from the Colin Farrell character to the person carrying the Oblivion to the main character's connection to the Oblivion. The main character basically made it seem like the Oblivion was nothing, like you shouldn't be afraid of it to a certain extent, right? Like it was.
The one that was in his chest, probably not. He
Yeah.
had it. That one he had secured.
Yeah, that
He
was,
had it in like a little magical time warp bubble.
So you got that, and then the Colin Farrell character. what
Colin
was that-
Farrell
Yeah.
was not in this film, was he? No, he was. You're
Yeah.
right.
Colin Farrell
Sorry.
was in this film. Colin Farrell was.
My brain has
The
already
main
replaced him
character.
with Johnny Depp.
No,
would've-
he's not the main
he was
character.
a
He's
side-
Eddie Redmayne.
He's
Eddie
the
Redmayne.
main bad guy.
That was Colin Farrell. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So long story short,
I've
I
been
thought that
thinking-
was Johnny Depp.
he's going over to the guy who's holding Oblivion and saying, "Hey, you need to find the person who's carrying the Oblivion." He's like, "Okay, I'll find it. I'll find it. I'll find it." Did he know that whole time he was carrying it inside him?
He might not have.
But that doesn't make any sense.
He may not
Because-
have
The whole
realized it.
span of the character.
He may not have realized
No,
it.
the boy, he might not have. It might have been, especially
He was kind of
in his-
dim-witted.
Every time we see him with the Oblivion, he works to make it happen. Because we see that scene where he goes from boy to Obliviator, and he proceeds to yell, "I'm going to destroy it all." And he proceeds to attack building after
Yeah.
building after building after building. And then, even when we see him slowly melting back into boy, he's conscious that he is the Obliviator. Obliviator?
Maybe he's trying to not reveal that to Colin Farrell because he does want to
Because
actually
he's
learn
getting
real
tortured.
magic.
This whole time he's getting tortured. Tortured by the mother.
He's
manipulated
dim-witted,
by
okay?
the Colin Farrell character.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's the Oblivion. I'm so lost.
Well, it's a matter of feeling like he has all of this rage inside of him that's the Obliviator, but he's also got all this, like, he's a kicked dog. And so it's that, I've got to be small, I've got to be meek, and I've got to hide this, and he goes after the people that he feels has maligned him. But it's not, I think with Newt Scamander, he has a different view on like his view with the creatures. He looks at me and goes, they can't help but be what they are. He's like, yeah, if you don't know them, they're gonna bite you. It's like, if you don't know wild animals, they're gonna bite you.
Newt Scamander, the
Yeah.
Steve Irwin
Yes.
of the 20s in the Magic World.
Yes.
Thank
So-
you. Now all I'm picturing is him taking his wand and poking it with a stick.
Poking it with a stick.
So where, like, at the end when they're killing the kid, it's especially for Newt, heartbreaking because he's like, I could have tried to fix it. He looked at the kid's strength and was like, maybe we could eliminate this. But the wizarding community is like, no, we're going to kill it. It's rabid. We're going to kill it. We're not going to try to fix it. And it's how they treat the magical creatures. It's how they treat all these different, like, oh, we're going to kill them. And we see that repeatedly throughout the movie is Newt just going, don't kill them.
That is the longest sentence I've ever heard you utter without a period at the end of any of it. Oh my
That's
goodness,
your own
you
French
are
novel.
now a Hawthorne.
Your own French novel. You trying to compete with Dumas?
Hawthorne?
Bite me.
All right, let's wrap this up. We've been talking for a while.
Okay,
now.
I want to talk about, a lot of the memes have been talking about how what is the platypus creature called?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay, about how that little creature stole the show. Niffler.
Niffler.
The Niffler stole the show. What is your opinion?
It's cute.
Wasn't it?
It was adorable.
It was adorbs.
Not as cute as Eddie Redmayne's dance, but it was cute.
Yeah, it was no Eddie Redmayne's little dance.
Well, yeah, every movie in Disney, and all the kids' movies, has to have something small and fluffy. They learned
That
that
thing
from
wasn't
anime.
fluffy. It looked like it could hurt you with
Cute.
its little spikes.
Well, yes, but, I mean, it was a little... And it's funny because I leaned over to one of my friends in the theater and go, oh my god, it's a Kender! Which, a Kender in Dungeons and Dragons is a creature that...
Likes to steal
Yeah,
things.
and it doesn't... It's like, I didn't steal it. It just appeared in my pouch. I don't know where it came from.
I saw a meme that showed that little Niffler trying to steal Thor's hammer. It was not successful, for the
He was
Niffler
not
was
worthy.
not worthy. But Thor thought it was adorable in the last little frame of that little 4-shot picture.
I apologize. I have forgotten. How did they catch the invisible creature?
It was babysitting the big
Snake.
That's right.
snake thingy.
That they caught in the teapot.
I didn't remember them actually
I don't
catching
know
it.
if they catched it. No, they didn't.
No, it
actually
just came
catch it.
along.
It just came
It's
along.
like, yeah, I'm babysitting. Oh, I get to go home now. Yay! Because, seriously, the invisible creature just looked like when I've been left alone with some people's children, and I'm like, oh god, what are they getting into now? Well, no one else is around, so I guess I'm babysitting. Okay, don't put that in your mouth. Don't kick your brother.
All right. So that's about it. Anything else to add?
I'm thinking.
I
Yeah,
legit almost teared up at the end where Goldie was saying goodbye to
Queenie to the
Yeah, sorry, Queenie.
Nomad.
Yeah. I was just like, ah.
Oh, I knew that wasn't the end. They knew where he was going to set up.
Oh yeah. And the fact that even though he was obliviated, he still had some memories because all of his food creations were magical creatures.
Mhm.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up.
Anyway, this is the Land of Nerds review of Fantastic Beasts and where to find them.
Actually, where do you find them?
Do you know? Stars aside, who do you recommend would see this movie? What kind of person? If you like the books, will you like this movie? Or
Yeah.
Most of our
you like
friends...
the other movies?
Most of our friends would really like this one. You're the weird exception, Lyle, because you and I have very differing taste in movies, and we always have.
Mm-hmm. Which isn't a bad thing.
Which isn't a bad thing. You like different things than I do. I mean, after all, you liked Sausage Party, and I'm not going to touch that one ever. So,
No, seriously, Sausage Party is okay until the last like 15 minutes.
Yeah, no.
No.
This is not that review.
And you just go, no.
See, a review. I have a lot of friends who I know would like it, and I have some friends that just won't get it. Basically, the people who are going to watch it and are going to like it are going to like it.
Yep. All right. So that's it, Lantern Nerds.
Till next
Signing
To
out.
like us.
We'll see you later.